Hi there, Taurus. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Straight Talking Tarot with me, Rafah. So I've got 6 cards for you. Some of the other signs got a few more cards, but technically it should have been 6 cards altogether. And I have got the Wandering Star Tarot today as my tarot deck at the foundation of the reading, and I've also got Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue's Oracle cards on the table. I will be pulling a chakra pebble to help you, support you for the reading or for the weeks to come, and I've also got Oracle of the Roses as a bonus card right at the end. So let's have a look. Okay, one of the things I was picking up as I was shuffling the deck as well, I kind of keep getting the word self-love. So for some of you Taurians, self-love is very much the key for you. Okay, I was also picking up on the fact that this self-love comes from actually parenting yourself. Some of you needing to parent or do things that are nurturing for you. Okay, so that kind of nourishment, eat well. What would a good parent do? How would you speak? You know, a beautiful, loving parent speak to you, kind of thing. So that's very much very important. I was also picking up that there's been some problems, some issues, something that's not been working out, or some problems you feel have been problematic. So again, at this time, just really support yourself with a lot of love and tenderness and nourishment. And what else is the final thing I want to say? Oh yeah, within that self-love as well, it'd be quite nice for you to actually sort of lighten up a bit, and maybe do things to have fun. Maybe go rollerblading, do something that you really enjoy, but maybe you've forgotten to do that. Maybe life's taken over, or work's taken over, or the internet's taken over, or whatever it is. And I feel like some of you, sorry, I'm just going to get this cushion right, definitely need to go and do that. Okay, so that was just an extra, something I've been picking up. So it's not going to speak to all of you, but that's something I just want to share. Okay, so let's have a look. All right, the King of Swords. So the first card here is a card of discernment. Okay, so cutting out the dross, coming back into your power. You know, this also for me equates the masculine essence of the self-love. It's okay, not allowing to be influenced by people who don't deserve your attention, or perhaps some words that are falling on deaf ears, you know, and you've been trying to communicate something and it's actually not getting through. And perhaps it's about you putting your boundary up and sort of saying, no, I'm not going to accept this. Okay. Some of you maybe don't even know which direction to go, or there's been some kind of position that you're in that has kept you somewhat sort of having to stand your ground and, you know, hold. I'm getting that sort of image of the sword and really kind of yield that sword to say no. Okay, I'm getting the sense that something needs to happen to release you out of the confusion, or maybe some problems that's occurred through other people's interference or other people's interference, and it's caused some kind of disruption. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Really nice. Okay, so I've got the 2 swords here in inverted, but I won't read it in the inversion. I feel like if you were confused, this is now time for clarity and definitely keeping some people out. All right, I mean, look, you've got the 2 swords there right across your heart as well. So I would say definitely to keep your emotional space really intact. So again, this really kind of comes with that self-love message that I got right at the beginning. All right, because it's not often I get, you know, sort of messages before I read. There has been 1 or 2 other signs that got that, and some not. I just go straight into the reading. But in my case, for you guys with Taurus, you definitely were getting a situation where I feel that you need to hold your ground, stand your ground, and certainly even if you can't see your way forward, which is typical of this sort of symbolism of the 2 swords, by taking a step back, allowing yourself not to get attacked by other people or pressurized by other people. All right, you are able to make the right choice and decision. I do feel there's that, you know, I keep on getting no, so there is some kind of yeah, you just need to say no and make it sure it's clear. In doing that no, though, in actually sort of saying no to something, all right, you're actually saying yes to yourself, which is a form of self-love, of course. It's, you know, completely self-love. I'm saying yes to myself. By saying no to so-and-so, I'm saying yes to myself. And you've got this wonderful card, the Ace of Wands. So there, again, you see new beginnings. You know, it could be in career, it could be in your love life. But whatever it is, it's about you shedding your skin, and I feel like you can actually see yourself clearly. If you haven't had the clarity, okay, some of you may be a bit afraid to see what changes you need to make and where you need to go, but I do believe that you actually have the insight and know what you need to say yes to and what you need to say no to. All right, the power lies within you, Taurus. Okay, and I feel that if you're given a choice around your career as well, that this is, I mean, maybe some of you need to say no to a boss. Maybe somebody's asking you to do a lot of overtime, or taking advantage of you, or, you know, kind of asking you favors, too many favors that really don't include in the job role or in the time zone of the job. Then it really is important for you to actually be able to sort of put your boundaries really, really clearly. Okay, let me have a look at the bottom of this card. Yeah, some of you need to really weigh up where, you know, the Four of Pentacles also, I always see it as like a sense of boundaries as well, because here it is about, just at the bottom of the deck, you know, assessing where you are giving too much, where you're not giving too much. Is your head and your heart connected? Okay, and then also offering yourself from that place rather than actually, you know, over giving and not being stable. Okay, I like this. This is very much to do with your work as well. I'm picking up work, so for some of you, so this is very much a work situation. You might get a new offer or something that you might be thinking about, that you're wanting to do. It's not ready to come into play, but there will be something that you actually can start cultivating on. But I do feel that in some way that you need to release anything that's holding you back. Okay, for some of you, you're going to be able to take the new opportunity, or you've got a new insight, a new way of being that's going to allow you, Taurus, to move forward. Taurus, you've done a lot of work. You've had many decisions and choices, maybe a road that you've had to travail, all right? And you're here at the moment not knowing where you're going, you know, where your next move is, but there will be something that's going to come in, either in your mind as a form of inspiration, or an actual physical thing that's going to come in that you're going to know. But this is coming in because you have decided off your own back that it's now time for you to show up differently. All right, perhaps even for some of you, it could be something that you've actually been wanting to go, and now with a bit of time and delay that's happened, you're actually recognizing maybe it's not for you, because you're actually repeating some pattern in terms of saying yes to either a person, a job, an employer, or something that's not going to really give you the you know, the kind of emotional reward. And I also feel that some way it's going to keep you trapped again. Okay, so be mindful of that. All right, but I think with the King of Swords here as an opening card, and the Two of Swords, despite the fact you can't see, the King of Swords is a very strong and a higher octave, higher ranking card in the tarot. So this will also help to support you in moving forward, and, you know, and putting a boundary. Okay, and it could be also in your time that you give of yourself, you know, through friendships as well. Maybe a friend calls on you and you plan to do some work. You know, it's up to you to say, no, actually I've got to do this first. It's about you being discerning and putting yourself forward, so you can actually really move your life forward in the way you want to. I will say also that some of you are going to be traveling, could be traveling, or thinking that as as a possibility. Okay, and also a move. Yeah, so here we've got moving forward fiercely. So like I said, there is going to be something moving forward. But let me just, I've just opened the three top cards of the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Fairy Oracle cards. So we've got this higher consciousness. Okay, now I did say earlier on that this is about you really being able to have the insight. All right, and if you see here, she's got 3, 4 different stars, really bright, and she's actually looking at one. But this, I feel in your case, is just trust the strongest insight that you receive, okay, and then cut the rest out. All right, or put them in order of hierarchy, and make sure that you prioritize what's most important, and work through your schedule or your life in what is important and what gives you the most inspiration, and leave the rest behind. Trust that. Okay, trust that even if you can't see for sure what decisions that you're making is going to bring forth, but it is going to take you to a new beginning for sure. And like I said, I feel like some of you have done a lot of work on yourselves. Okay, you've been shedding your skin, I think, and there is some miracle healing. I also want to say about this card, because I mentioned there was some problems earlier on that you've gone through quite a lot. And I feel like in some way, even if you're not feeling it right now, just ask for the support and the miracle healing to see your way forward. Okay, when this angel turns up, she's reaching for the globe. Okay, and there's a messenger, there's a little bird up here as well, and you can see that she's going to get the right direction to go forward. Okay, so you're going to be guided out of the stalemate or not be able to see where you're going. All right, and I say this really confidently because look, the final card for you is moving forward fearlessly. I mean, this is just extraordinary. It's beautiful and really amazing. Okay, and this is on top. This card is on top of the Ace of Wands. So this is very much about you getting an opportunity. Something comes to you, you know, even if you're not sure and you can't see all the details yet, you don't have all the situation in place, like maybe somewhere to live, or maybe what you're going to do, or how it's going to happen. Just know that if something comes to you, I want you to really start thinking about considering it and moving forward fearlessly, because this is going to really move you forward, particularly with the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is a double clarifier. I mean, rather, it's a real clarifier for the Wands card here. Okay, so I'm going to leave the card reading for now. I might touch back on it in a minute. We'll see. But I'm going to move on to the chakras now and see what chakra will also help you at this time, perhaps of any particular personal healing you might need to do, and maybe to give you the courage that you need to move forward. Okay, so let's see. This is for Taurus. All right, again, the root chakra. All right. So again, grounding, it's very important to be grounded. If you see this, you know, here as well, we've got this snake going up this sort of branch, or the sort of the trunk of a narrow tree. You know, in order to move forward, in order to take the right steps forward, you know, we do need to be grounded and rooted. And this is actually a very positive chakra, particularly at this time, for you to be able to navigate your terrain. All right, again, you know, there's several signs I've got root chakra this time. Okay, and this is about, you see, when you're rooted, you feel grounded and you can make decisions from a strong standing point rather than all up in your head. Okay, a lot of people tend to sort of want to do the chakras from high, to think they can elevate and ascend and blah 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 blah, right? You know, and then you're completely disconnected from the tangible and from the earthly level of sort of stature and positioning. Okay, you know, the root chakra also corresponds with our skeletal system, our foundation, our bones in our structure. So again, just by being rooted, you know, you have more of a poised personality, if you like, or a situation. So trust, you know, this is to do with your home, this is to do with your job, this is to do with all the elementals of the earth. Okay, so a wonderful chakra to be working on. So again, as each week I say, to either do a chanting of some kind, tune into a YouTube channel that specifically hones in on the particular chakra, through the root chakra, so you can just put that. It doesn't have to be long, you know, all you have to do is just tune it up, so you activate it and harmonize it. You can make your own sounds called ooh, like the sound of root, ooh. A few rounds of that in-breath, out-breath sound, ooh. Okay, you sit with your eyes closed. Whatever your practice is, okay, it's really important that you just get into some practice of working with the chakras and get into the habit of it. I really recommend it to everybody, and including myself. It's a daily practice. Okay, and I think it's something that's really worth doing. You know, and the more you do it, the more your chakra system is actually tuned up. I'm going to give you, not all signs got a mantra, but I am actually going to give you a little mantra to help you along for the root chakra. All right, and it's because you've got this card as well, saying moving forward fearlessly. Okay, for some of you might feel a bit sort of unsettled, ungrounded, and not sure. All right, so here, this is a wonderful mantra for you. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. Okay, that's a really famous quote by Susan Jeffers, I believe. All right, but I feel the fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forwards. Okay, so sometimes we need to actually just, you know, inform our inner selves these words to give us the sense of strength, and together with chanting and visualizing the color red will really help to activate that sense of strength and lack of fear, courage rather, okay, and faith. So I feel the fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forwards. So Taurus, I mean, this is also very, you know, you're an earth sign, so it's actually really great for you to be connecting to the root chakra, because it will also help to stabilize you and bring you the strength that you need, particularly if you've actually sort of lost your way a bit and can't see your way forward. Cool. So that is the root the chakra pebble for you. And finally, the last card for you, Taurus. Okay, this is the Oracle of the Roses. I've chosen this deck today, or for these readings, because of the Venus going retrograde, and I thought it would be quite nice to have something completely different and a final message for you using these cards. Let's have a look. I mean, they're really beautiful. Look how pretty they are. So let me see if one's going to come out. I'll just choose one. This one wants to come out. All right, the loner. Okay, the loner is actually not what you think it is. I think another sign got this one. It's actually beautiful. It's the loner is signified by the red leaf rose. Okay, and I'm going to read it for you. Okay, and I think this is actually really appropriate for you moving forward. Okay, it says the loner is about going it alone because others may indeed drag you backwards and the weight of the unnecessary opinions of baggage. Okay, which really ties in with moving forward fearlessly. Okay, it says here you've got this and you can do it. Okay, and the outcome will be much better if you progress alone. Could you rid yourself of something or someone at the moment? Okay, and I mentioned this with right at the beginning with the King of Swords. Okay, cutting out things, being boundaryful. You know, leaving other people's concerns, projected fears. You know, people always have a penny's worth to tell you what they think, and often it could be a projection of their own. It could be your parents as well, sometimes sort of, you know, projecting the fear or what they want you to do. Anyway, it says here, could you rid yourself of something or someone at the moment? Energy would be much easier to get flowing if you ditch the load. The loner is not lonely. They're confident in their own space, okay, and with their own ways, and yet they do develop small circles of people which are firmly based on quality, interest, and common ground rather than quantity. Okay, I do feel that this is also the Ace of Wands. You know, it's a single wand, so this is about you being very dynamic in your decision, in some way, you know, portraying the loner as well. It stands on its own here and knows what it must do. Whatever your situation, it could be a small thing about you having to make a decision, maybe cut somebody out of your life. It could be going for something that maybe means that you have to sort of go on your own, leave some work colleagues behind so you can actually embrace your new possibilities. But I do think this is actually a fantastic card, oracle card, to confirm everything. It says self-confidence, simplicity, calm, meditation, and reflection. Okay, and for your meditation, I really recommend that you focus on your root chakra for the weeks to come. All right, you know, and just do that. It says here, what are you happy doing alone and have no need to share in order to feel content? Okay, so think on that, guys. This is something very much for you to do, so you can actually sort of acquire the new beginnings and make choices that's going to afford you the room to either travel, for some of you, make changes in your career, but whatever it is, it's definitely a new beginning for you. And if you have to yield your sword to say no and put boundaries up, and you can do this, of course, very politely by sort of saying, you know what, I really appreciate your advice, but thank you, I know what I'm doing, or whatever it is that you need to say. Right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you got something from this reading. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Do like, comment, and subscribe if you like. Otherwise, I will catch you in my next video in a few weeks' time. Bye for now. Bye.